another. Satan.
Oh.
Is this the Satan song?
Turley.
Yeah. How many instruments do you have?
You mean here? Or?
No, just here. How many do you travel with for this time of
I usually travel with one. But since I was driving, which is a nice thing to get to drive in Knoxville, I would just drop forward. That's all. And I usually tell this. I build banjos. I'm a banjo maker, so I make all these banjos I play. And I was over in Greensboro, North Carolina one night doing a show with a friend of mine named Marlon Dawson. And she's a singer-songwriter, and every song she did that night, and her singing partner was there with us too, and every song they did was in a different key. So all night long I was retuning. Now, Southern Appalachian, traditional old-time banjo players retune the banjo for every key we play in. We don't have one standard tuning. So I was working in the tunes before they were hot. And I got done and finished up the show, went over there to lay my little banjo down, and this little lady was walking up to me. She says, "Now, honey, that was awfully nice." I said, "Thank you, ma'am. I'm so glad you enjoyed it." And she said, "But one thing, though, you might consider buying yourself a better banjo, one you don't have to tune so much." Thank you, ma'am. I'll take that under advice.
I hadn't thought of that. Oh, that's what you say to this one.
She didn't know I made the banjo. She wouldn't have said that if she'd known it hurt my feelings. Well, this is a song that I like. It comes from, I learned it from recordings of a gentleman from Northern North Carolina. His name was Frank Prophet. I never got to meet Frank. I did meet Frank Prophet Jr. I did get to spend some time with his son, but I never got to meet Senior. But I had the privilege of getting to record this song with this guy a few years ago. Y'all might have heard of him. His name is Willie Nelson. You ever hear him? So I got the call to come and work on this Willie Nelson record, and they sent me when I got the call, I thought, "You need me? Are you sure you need me?" And they did, and I went out there, but they sent me the recording of all the stuff they wanted to do on the record, and this was one of the songs on there, and I said, "Oh yeah, we're doing that one. We're doing, I don't care what I have to do, barter, beg, steal, we're doing that one." So I've never gotten to actually perform it myself, so I figured that I would get some support and have Leah sing it with me.
Zero pressure.
Yeah, zero pressure. Yeah. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. Satan, your kingdom must come down. I heard the voice of Jesus say, "Satan, your kingdom must come down. Don't pray till they tear your kingdom down. Don't pray till they tear your kingdom down." Heard the voice of Jesus say, "Satan, your kingdom must come down." Gonna shout till they tear your kingdom down. Gonna shout till they tear your kingdom down. I heard the voice of get pigeonholed as a banjo player, do
You can't play this. You don't have to play this one.
Well, you don't have to feel that way with me,
I
right?
know.
We'll talk about it this evening.
Well, yeah, that's what I love about this place, is that you can sit on stage and do a show and you feel like you're just sitting around with your friends, because you are just sitting around with your friends. Like, you know.
Too much banjo,
A parent might not think that that's one of the best sounds in the world, but that is one of the best sounds in the world. Because it's the things that make those sounds that will eventually be doing this music and keep it going from now on.
The things that make the sound.
Yeah. That's, well, you know.
pushing it.
Well, it's gender nondescript that way, Ken. That's what it is. I can call it a thing, not knowing whether it's a boy or a girl, you know.
Tune that dang banjo.
And one X-ray.
What's it, what about?
And one X-ray.
Yes. All right. We're going to do this. This is a song that it's not a religious song, but it is a song of hope. It's a song about not giving up hope and always seeing that last little glimmer of light to follow. Just one little thing at the end of a trail that you can follow, something to guide your way. And that's, you know, I was thinking last night. We were listening to Ryestraw play here last night. How many of y'all heard them last night? And it was great to hear those guys play again, John and Tommy and Rich. And I was just thinking, you know, this is not a dead art. There's still people who are learning to play old-time music and traditional music. It doesn't have to be old-time bluegrass, new songs, but it's still in that Southern Appalachian style, and it's just a really good feeling. Well, this song does not come from Southern Appalachia, but it does now. It's called The Last Pale Light in the West. It's by a songwriter from down in Memphis. And I always I like the comedy element of this, because I first heard this song in an episode of The Walking Dead. Y'all ever watched The Walking Dead? Well, if you do, you'll remember the character of the governor. Now, the governor, in the series after the governor was defeated, the opening scene of the first episode shows the governor walking toward you, but with a huge red sun behind him, and all you saw was a silhouette. And he was one of the most hated characters in the history of film. But when I heard this song playing while you see his silhouette in this huge sun, it made you actually feel sorry for the guy. And I thought, man, that's a heavy song. So I had to go and figure it out. Because if it can make you feel good about somebody you hated at the end of the last season, it's a pretty good song. By a fellow named Ben Nichols. Black Dark clouds gather round me, due northwest, soul is bound, and I will go on ahead free. And there's a light yet to be found. It's the last pale light in the west. It's the last pale light in the west. Last pale light in the west. Last pale light in the west. Though I ask for no redemption in this cold, barren place, still I see the faint reflection. So by it, I guide my way with the last pale light in the west, to the last pale light in the west, to the last pale light in the west, to the last pale light in the west, last pale light in the west. It's that last pale light in the west. Last pale light in the west. The last pale light in the west. Leah Gardner, everybody.